Usagi, you want to be fast like Deadfast Ghoulia? Go! Go! Ah! She almost blew my head off. It has been 84 years, Mattel. I'm just kidding, but this doll took forever for us to get. For those who had initially ordered this doll back at the end of July, I believe, and we're just now getting it, which is like the end of August. But before I get into the doll review with the San Diego Comic-Con Ghoulia Deadfast doll, I want to take a moment to thank all of y'all for coming in and all of the support y'all have given me in the month of August. This is probably not going to post till September, but I do want to thank y'all for all the support that all my new members have given me, and welcome to Rise Rascals. And now I also want to mention, if you're here and you like the vibes and you like my reviews, you like the gameplays, hit that subscribe button, become a rascal. It's free. And if you're here enjoying the vibes, hit that like button. It also helps me out and my channel grow. Now, we are going to be reviewing the San Diego Comic-Con Ghoulia Deadfast doll, and she did release as a Comic-Con exclusive. Now, Mattel did release other items to go along with this doll because of the artwork, of course, and I got a few items that I wanted to share before we go into my doll room so we can review the doll. So the items that I wanted to share with y'all, and maybe y'all were debating on getting them, was the shirt and one of the posters. Well, one of the shirts. So one of the shirts I got was this black one that has Deadfast and kind of the, I guess, logos that they want to put in, Deadfast themselves, and then, you know, Skullette, all that. So this is the front, which I do like. As you can see, my shirt has a logo right on the left side, which I do like those style shirts. And then on the back, you have a design of the artwork of Ghoulia Deadfast. It says Ghoul Power, and here on the corner says Sidekick turned Superhero. And I just love the artwork. The only thing I don't like really is, I don't know if you can see, but it's not like a high quality print here. You can see kind of pixelation, and it also looks like, it's not like really pixelated, but you can tell that it's gonna chip off sooner or later. It's not in the actual fabric as some prints might be. Like, it just feels different. I'm touching the one that I have for mine, the Rise Rascals, and mine is just, it just feels like it's not gonna chip off as much as this one might. But that's just my nitpick, and I get it that Mattel probably, it's a made to order, so they're just like print, ship. And so it's like kind of, and what I'm thinking is that it's more beneficial and efficient for them to do it that way because they have other designs that they can print on this shirt. But I do wish the quality of the print job was a little bit better. Maybe, like I said, more into, because I think there are ways that you can have the print into the actual shirt to where it doesn't chip off as easily. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with this shirt in the long run and after a few washes and dries in the dryer. But overall, I do like the shirt. It's nice. I like the artwork on it. Now, the poster that I got, they really did pack it really well, which I appreciate it. Comes in this kind of box, but I'm gonna explore it with you because I haven't opened it yet, so you guys are gonna get my reaction to the poster, and it comes wrapped as well, which I appreciate. So let me, Usagi's hair is on my shirt now. It is wrapped, which is nice, protecting it in multiple actually, so you can't just really pull it out. There's my receipts. I wish it could just come out, but it's actually wrapped in the tissue paper to protect it. Good job. So this is the one that I got. Let's see if it can, it's actually the artwork on the shirt. See if y'all can see that without too much glare, but we have, it's a nice quality poster. It really is. My thing is I just need to find a frame because it's gonna fold. But I do like the kind of comic book style here. Has the same sidekick turned superhero. Boom. Deadfast, Monster High, Ghoulia's artwork. I just really like this artwork. And that's why I got the poster to go with it. But it is a nice poster. I know there was another poster on there as well, which was a nice artwork, art style. It just didn't really fit my aesthetic and what I wanted. But it is a nice poster for those who want to check it out. Now, that's all I wanted to share that I had. There are more items, I believe, that are still on Mattel Creations website if you want to go ahead and check that out. Let's go ahead and go into my doll room so we can take a closer look at this doll. And as many of y'all know, we are now in my doll room. Now, let's go ahead and take a quick moment to take a look at Ghoulia's box. So the box is a huge box. Love the artwork. We get Ghoulia running up to the front of the box basically, but as it turns to the back, she's bam, right in your face. And I love that effect. I love this artwork. I love the effects they've given with the gloss of the Monster High logo on the sides, the speeding kind of that she's running really fast. Those are really highlighted on the box. It's really beautiful. Now mind you, this is just the slip cover of the box. I'll go ahead and take the box off, but I do I'm sorry, slip cover I keep referring to as box, which is part of the box, but it's just slip cover. Anyway, enough of me rambling. The artwork of the slip cover is so beautiful, and I love that how she started from far away and she just like really ran up really quick, and at the back of the box, bam, she's full blown in your face. Now, it is a slip cover, so it does slip off like so, and it reveals the actual Ghoulia doll and the box. Now, let's quickly look at this box, and we have the effect of Ghoulia basically like speed running, kind of like the Flash. But at the top of the box, we have Deadfast Ghoulia Yelps, and we have a beautiful artwork of her running. Now the box shows these colors of blues, and you see her smashing kind of through this wall and just going really, really fast, and then the plastic has this window breaking effect, which is a great touch. I love this box. And now as you turn the box to the side of the box has the comic book here, Deadfast, Brain Power, that we'll get into in a moment. Then on the side we have that same gloss effect with the wording and the kind of speed effect. And on the back of the box, love it. We have a comic book kind of scene here. You can pause and read here for the description if you wish and read on your own. But look at this beautiful artwork. We have her running, we have her stance as she is this super monster, and then at the bottom we get that running kind of Ghoulia artwork and the effect of the gloss as she is running really fast. That is essentially the box of the SDCC Ghoulia. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at the kind of comic book that came with the Ghoulia that was hanging on the side of the box. So this Ghoulia does come with a scale-sized kind of comic book as well for Ghoulia herself. It doesn't have all the pages. It is a thicker kind of papery cardboard-ish, with representing the back and front of the actual comic book that we get. And this is kind of just for Ghoulia herself if you want to pose her, display her with it. Now the actual comic book that comes with it, I'm not going to go through it all, but I'm going to go ahead and show you each page here so you can read on your own, so you can get the gist of what's inside the comic book. And you can pause each page as well. The artwork is beautiful. I want to see Deadfast's face. He looks so cute as a cartoon. I think he would look great. But I'm going to go ahead and quiet here so you can look at this and pause on your own. Now, before we get into the actual Ghoulia doll, I do want to take a moment to look at the stand. I love this stand. It is such a great stand. We have the DF for Deadfast in the middle. We have the bottom of the stand with a brain-like texture. We have the lightning bolts in the back that gradient from black to red. We have a hip hugger stand, which I love, and it's not a saddle stand, and it is just so beautiful. I love the details in the stand. The only thing I don't like is that the DF does pop out very easily, but I love the effect that they gave, like a chromy effect to the red and the white. I do love that effect because it does tie into the doll overall, and I'll get into how it ties in just a moment. But overall, this stand is really, really beautiful and really well done. Now, starting with the boots of Ghoulia, they are so beautiful and well detailed. We have the reds, blacks, and whites. There are a lot of details for me that I like in this boot. We have the zipper kind of designs. We have the lightning bolts that are etched in on both sides. We also have the soles and the heels actually show Deadfast themselves, which I think is a really great detail. The only thing I probably don't like about these shoes is the paint job isn't as clean as I like. Of course, you can't see that from far away, but as I looked kind of closer, the bottom of the boot kind of had some flaws and blemishes, and some paint did kind of rub off into the black parts, but overall, I really love the design of the boots. Moving to Ghoulia's bodysuit. Now, a lot of people did not like the fabric of this bodysuit. They kind of wish it was a different fabric, but for me, I don't mind it. I actually like it. The design is a design to match Ghoulia's Deadfast aesthetic. I love that they put in the stitching kind of neon green here instead of like a print, which would have made it look cheaper. I like that they added that, and then I think overall it's a beautiful bodysuit. The only thing that I wish was different was that the toes were covered, the actual foot was covered, because if you see an actual, I guess, unitard that somebody cosplays or is a superhuman or a superhero, their whole body is kind of enclosed, even the toes. But overall, I really do like this. The DF, the blues, the reds and greens, and then just overall, I like the bodysuit. This doll also comes with gloves that you can also take off. So it's not attached to the bodysuit here, which I think is great for those who don't really like the gloves. The gloves do give off a little bit of a cheapy vibe to me, but it doesn't really matter to me. And I think it overall is cohesive with the overall doll. Now I'm going to move on to the belt. So the belt I'm going to review with the neck piece as well. The belt and the neck piece are so beautiful. I love this chrome red color that they gave to the plastic. They could have used a flat red, but I love that it matches with the base, like I mentioned, the DF. And the DF is also in the belt with the lightning bolts kind of called out. And then the neck piece, we have like a blood drip design. And this chrome color really blends in and really cohesively brings this doll together. We have it in the top, middle, and bottom. So I really like this detail, and they are really nice quality plastics in my opinion. and they come off easily. So if you do wish to take it off, you can, but I overall love that aesthetic to this doll. This doll also has a harness piece here, and it is also in maybe like a chromey paint kind of vibe. It's not as chrome effect like the neck piece and the belt, but overall it is nice and ties it in with the overall colors. I do like it. It does unlatch in the front instead of the back. It can come off if you don't like these kind of harnesses that, you know, some of these Monster High dolls have. I personally like this one. I think that the design is a belt buckle, like a seat belt, because she's going so fast she has to have a seat belt. But I believe that's what you see in the design here for Ghoulia's harness. Before we move up to the face, let's go ahead and take a look at all the accessories that Ghoulia comes with. We already taken a look at the scale-sized comic book for her, so we're going to go ahead and look at the Deadfast toy. The Deadfast toy that is scaled for her comes in its own packaging. It is easily removable. You just slide up the back and then the back just pops off to where you can easily repackage Deadfast themselves. Now, the actual figure is a cute figure in the running stance. The print job, or paint job I should say, is pretty well done for a little figure. I get it. These little figures, it's harder to get a more clean paint job, but I overall like it. And it kind of gives that homage to the first version of the first Ghoulia Deadfast doll. This Ghoulia's next accessory is a badge. So you can either put it around her neck, you can put it in her hand how she came like, and that's probably how I'm going to keep it. But we have this kind of lanyard around, which is just one mold. The badge is one mold onto it too. We have a kind of pixelated print here. I believe it says Ghoulia Yelps name there with maybe their picture or some kind of design. We get that skullette there too, and it's kind of what you would see if you were to go to a con. So most cons do give you badges for when you are there, and I do like that they gave that to this doll. The next accessory that this doll comes with is a bag. The bag is really nice. It is a high quality bag scaled to Ghoulia, and we have a picture of Deadfast themselves on both sides. It's going to be the same exact print style there, and you can fit the toy and the comic book in there if you'd like as well, kind of like how she would be cosplaying at a con and just putting her merchandise in her bag. So I like that touch. It really is great. I left the sewed in part so I don't lose the bag essentially. So I just left that for my Ghoulia. Now Ghoulia also has these glasses. I actually don't mind the glasses, or like the kind of superhero mask sort of say. But it does have these details with the red and white, and then also in the sides we get some etching here for the details for the Deadfast design. I like it. I just wish, the only thing I wish that these glasses has is that they were more translucent, kind of like the artwork that you see on the box. You can actually see Ghoulia's eyes. I wish it was a little bit more translucent so we can see it, and I think that's my main reason for going to display this doll without that mask glasses kind of piece here. Before we look at the face, I do want to take a look at the earrings. So the earrings that this Ghoulia has are like zipper like earrings. They're the heads, I guess you could say, of a zipper, and they're just a red plastic piece. Nothing too special here, but I do really like the tie-in and the reds here up in her face head area, because the overall blue of the hair definitely helps those red earrings stand out which we'll get to at the end. Now moving up to, or since we're here at her face, you guys, the face is facing for me. I love Ghoulia's face. This print, let's start with the lips because I'm getting like way out of hand right now. I'm just going everywhere. The lips, oh my goodness, the lips have this chrome silver color. So beautiful. Nice print job. The eyes, the screen print, it's so good. The palette colors for Ghoulia, the blues and the reds and the silver dark gray matches the overall aesthetic and vibe of this doll. And it's just a nice print. It's clean for me, and I love it. They didn't have to add any blush to Ghoulia. They didn't have to add anything there. It just looks good on its own. Now moving up to the hair, which is probably one of my favorite hair that I have ever seen on a Monster High doll. I love the color of this blue. We have some subtle hints of lighter blues and black roots hair there. We get a braided hair off to the side. We get crimped hair as well throughout this doll. It is just so beautiful for me. I'm just sorry for being so excited, but I just love the hair. I think it's my favorite doll hair that has ever been done of a Monster High doll. Now, that is pretty much all of the SDCC Ghoulia in a gist here. Hopefully I went over everything. I believe I did. Now my overall rating of this doll, I'm going to give this doll a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love this doll. It was $75 retail. And I think it's worth it. All the accessories that it came with, the stand in itself is really beautiful. The bag and the lanyard that she came with, the hair, the print job, just everything overall I love. I know some people, like I mentioned, didn't care for the texture or fabric that they used for the bodysuit, but for me it's not a big deal. I love the chrome that they added into this doll to tie in with the overall vibes of this doll. The only thing that this doll did not come with, if I had to nitpick, is a certificate of authenticity. I didn't find one. So I think that's the only thing that's missing that some collector dolls have with Monster High. And I think that was probably the only thing missing. But to be honest, certificate of authenticities don't really matter to me unless they're numbered. And most of the Monster High doll collector dolls aren't numbered. It's just a certificate of authenticity saying that it's verified, essentially. But that's kind of my thoughts there. Overall, love the doll. Definitely happy she's in my collection. Let's go ahead and go back to the computer room so we can close out this video. And that was my review on the SDCC Ghoulia Deadfast doll. Let me know your thoughts on this review and if there's anything that maybe you didn't like about her. I know a lot of people didn't like the outfit, what it was made out of. But for me, I don't mind it. I think I really like this doll, and I prefer it more than the first one that had originally came out. And that's just me, but I just love the colors that they added, the blue and the chromy red here, and it's just, to me, and the base, the stand, I love it. For me, I'm glad that I was able to add it to my collection. Were you able to add it to your collection? And what are your thoughts if you have her in person? Other than that, I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I hope you have a great day, a great night, wherever you're at today. And remember to stay kind to yourself. Simply Rye, out.